Good morning, everyone. Good morning, House District 7. This is Jennifer Bacon, your friendly candidate to be your representative. I'm here on this What's Up Wednesday with the wonderful Councilwoman, Stacie Gilmore. Hi, Stacie.
Hi, good
Thank you.
morning.
Thank you so much for chatting with me and with chatting with us today. And so I'd love it if you could share with folks what district you represent and any roles you have on City Council and in community.
Well, thank you. I'm happy to be here and happy to see you via this format. And I'm Stacie Gilmore, and I represent District 11 on Denver City Council, and that is the majority of the Montbello community, Parkfield, Green Valley Ranch, and High Point. And then I also have all of Denver International Airport in my council district. And on City Council, I am the president pro tem of City Council. I've served in that role for just about 2 years. And, you know, it's been an interesting time to be in leadership at this point. And I really am honored to be in this role because I've been a longtime community leader. I've lived in the Montbello community for about 25 years, founded Environmental Learning for Kids. They've been around for about 24 years, and so really been in the community and of the community, and now I'm honored to be helping the community move through this pandemic and to the other side.
Yeah. Well, you know, I am too. COVID has certainly had us rethink everything, and, you know, not just from how we're operating, will probably change how we shake hands in the future, right? And it has been an honor to have someone who really deeply and truly knows our community to help navigate through it. You know, some of the pieces of my platform, of course, have been education. So, you know, I've run into ELK a few times working with young people, social justice, which for me includes climate change to civil rights. But also, big part of my platform is affordable living. You know, House District 7 represents all the way from Park Hill, Stapleton, Montbello, and Green Valley Ranch. And, you know, I've said this before, but we all have kind of like different relationships with home ownership, right? And earning and income and wages. But the one thing it seems like we're all going to be focusing on is, you know, what does affordable living mean through recovery? And so I'm curious if you can share a little bit about what you've seen for your council district's needs with neighbors before and during. And then maybe we can chat quickly on how we could possibly work together between city and state.
Well, previous to COVID, you know, we had worked in my first term to really organize the community and to make sure that there was a consistent voice around what we saw as far as our gaps. And so really looking at that from an equity lens, and all the while organizing and advocating and ultimately trying to make policy changes that are truly dismantling institutionalized racist systems. And so that's a big haul, and that's going to take the rest of our lifetimes, unfortunately, to do that. But I think coming at it from that standpoint, we were, you know, working really hard together. We finalized the Far Northeast Neighborhood Plan. That was a 2-year process. Of course, now as we're in COVID and we're dealing with this pandemic, it has really ripped the Band-Aid off, knowing that there are so many gaps that we all know living in our neighborhood, but it's shining a bright light on it as far as gaps in healthcare, in technology, regarding, you know, food access, mobility and transportation. A lot of our folks in District 11 are essential workers, and they're very concerned, and we're seeing a disproportionate amount of folks in our neighborhood being affected by COVID. And that's where all of this organizing that we did in that first term, I really feel like we're able to mobilize quickly and be at the forefront of these conversations. And I don't want to lose that social justice piece, because this is truly our opportunity to make some systemic changes.
For sure. And so I know as we enter session in January, big points of contention and conversation are going to be about how do we structure everything from the budget to the state services to be able to walk through recovery. And I presume I'll have the opportunity to be there. But I do think it's really important to have a lens of an experience of knowing what it means to have been on the front line of something, to really be able to manage a household and understand what income coming in means, and also to figure out how we can support our community with being able to manage, right, the new realities of incomes, whether it's unemployment, to furloughs or XYZ. We have to come out of now, right, the deferral of evictions, supporting with our neighbors with being able to support rent. And I really look forward to being a voice there to really push that safety net, while also trying to figure out the balance of how do we help our small businesses recover too, because they're integral parts of our community. And so, your organizing work sounds really interesting because it's not just one stakeholder, right? That's involved with organizing work. It is community. And so how do you think that we can possibly work together? Or how do you think the city can work in partnership with the state, particularly during session?
Well, the first thing is, for health and safety, we have to ensure that we keep people housed who are currently housed, because we have to move through the summer months and then prepare for the fall. And we know the fall is going to be really hard. And so, I'm honest and I'm candid with folks, because I think it's important for them to know the true out there. And so where we can really work together is working on keeping people housed. And so if that is assistance for paying rent, for helping with mortgages, for whatever that looks like, I really want to hear from our residents what they truly need, and then working together with the state and the city to have a united voice so that we can make sure that we're closing those gaps. And there's going to be a lot of work that we need to do around education together, and the gaps that we've identified as far as our technology gaps, because we might be in this for a longer haul as far as remote learning and education, and really for small business owners as well. This is a privilege, us being able to even do a Zoom call like this. A lot of folks don't have even a device to do this. And so closing those gaps, and that, I've really started thinking more around where healthcare, certain industries, especially grocers and other essential services, we need to have more say over what happens in those industries, because clearly they are not approaching equity with the same lens that we need and deserve to have. And so where we might need to shift and change some things that were maybe privatized in the past, what does that look like in this new reality moving forward? And I look forward to working together on that.
Well, absolutely. We have the chance to talk to the Northeast community every Friday. And I think maybe this might be a good idea for us to do, see if we can have a particular conversation around housing and what people need. I think that's a great idea, and love to support you on that. And so I'll just close with saying, I agree about some of these things. Been thinking about, as I've been running, we have a chance to kind of fill out these questionnaires and say, hey, all these things we've been dawdling on, like, this is why, right? So between statewide broadband, right? Between, leave and healthcare. And so I really do hope to be on a team that pushes for these things, but I also hope that we've kind of expanded our minds through this experience to really understand why these issues are important, not so much for political gain, but for real life. And so again, I want to say thank you so much. This has been such a great conversation. And so if any of you all out there have any questions about how to get engaged or how to support the community, please feel free to reach out to me. It is baconforcolorado@gmail.com. And Councilwoman Gilmore, do you have any contact information in case anyone wants to connect with you?
Sure, sure. You can just always call me on my cell phone. It's 303-720-9139, 303-720-9139. You can text me, you can call me. I'm here and I'm available for you. And then through my Facebook platform, it's just Stacie Gilmore, councilperson. You can reach out to us through that and let us know what's going on, and we will make sure and get you the resources and the help.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I will talk to you soon on our Fun Fridays.
All right. Sounds good. Have a good
Bye.
weekend. All right. Bye-bye.